Hello, ladies and gentlemen, back to your John Dalton Alley like. Welcome to the PlayStation State of Play. I will state, just to say, I'm recording this on August 7th, and hopefully it'll be released on August 7th. But I did not know that this came out yesterday, so I'm a little late to this. Now, I'm not spoiled on most of what's about to be talked about here. I just, know of certain titles of things, but I don't know what they're about. I've heard a name here and there thrown around, but I'm not sure, what the game is, so maybe the trailer might clue me in and I could be surprised and react to that. Or maybe nothing else will happen, I don't know. I don't know anything else about this, what's going to be announced here. Although I will say, the only thing I do know is that I think I read somewhere when people were talking about, oh yeah, the PlayStation Direct was disappointing, from angry fans. Some other people argued that, well, they did state that, that nothing big was going to be announced. Something significant from, Sony for the PlayStation. And I was wondering, well, what do you mean? And they sort of list stuff like, oh, they weren't going to announce this or that, and I was thinking, really? So what did they announce with the State of Play? So I'm going to check out the State of Play and see how it is, and see what it is that they announced, because, well, State of Play has been a little bit of a mixed bag so far, although you could say the same thing about the Directs, but hey, State of Play can find its footing, maybe. I mean, it had a good one that I remember, and that's about it. But there can be good, stuff to be announced here. Maybe some stuff that's already been announced, but hey, maybe there's something I haven't seen, like I mentioned before, and maybe that might catch my interest. Or maybe there could be something about the PlayStation 5 here. Maybe just a little bit. Nothing big. Maybe just a small bit of information. I'd like to know whether or not it has backwards compatibility. I don't know if it does or doesn't. Can you play PlayStation 4 games on the PlayStation 5 or no? If not, then I think we're gonna have an issue. But if so, then yeah, it'd be great. I'd be okay with that. So, let's get started, shall we? Okay. I'll see you in a bit once I start recording. I gotta wipe down my mouth, apparently. I'm drooling for some reason. Whenever I talk too much, I accumulate a lot of saliva. Blech. So, I'll see you when I get to my reaction. 3, 2, 1. Okay. Xbox on. No, PlayStation on. Okay, here we go. I'm watching a re-recorded of the State of Play thing, and yep, Crash Bandicoot.
I'm Loeder.
I've already seen.
I'm here to talk to you about Crash Bandicoot 4. It's about time.
Oh.
Crash 4 is a direct sequel to Crash Bandicoot Warped. The devious villains Neocortex and Dr. Entropy have finally escaped their interdimensional prison, leaving an evil scientist-sized hole in the universe. Now their eyes set on not only simply conquering this dimension, but other dimensions.
Hey, didn't you betray them and help us in the last game?
Crash Bandicoot 4, it's
I mean, if you complete it.
the first totally new game in the Crash Bandicoot series in over a decade.
Yeah.
So for us at Toys for Bob, we felt that it was important to reintroduce longtime fans, as well as new players, to this amazing franchise.
Thanks.
First, we made sure to incorporate the classic tense, precise, and perspective-shifting platforming that we all fell in love with.
Yeah, I'm okay with a 3D version of what Crash can do,
Can't wait to show you today.
more of an open thing, sort of what was it? Twin Sanity. But this looks good. But yeah, I remember seeing a demo that people were playing, so this and, just in general hearing about Crash isn't new, but it's cool to see. And yes, I'm talking over him. Is I just want to. But yeah, this looks very good, honestly. And from what the gameplay I did see from that one particular person I was talking about, it looks very good. Seriously, look at that. there's also some smaller tweak things.
Specifically, Crash worked. There were certain moments in the game where Crash would change outfits. Think Crash wearing a jacket when riding a motorcycle. That seemed like a natural area for us to expand upon.
Really?
So we loaded the game with tons of awesome skins that you can earn and wear throughout the game. These skins are totally cosmetic and a fun way to express yourself while playing the game. Just to be clear, there's no MTX here. Skins are earned by completing different challenges and within levels.
I heard about this, and I'm holding to you Bob. Like, seriously, like, they say you can earn them, and I'm glad for that, because, my god, if they did put microtransactions for skins, I'd be so upset. Look, I know some people say, well, it's just cosmetics. Yeah, but it's in a single-player game that you own by yourself. There's not even a multiplayer aspect, technically. Like, an online multiplayer aspect. It's literally just, oh yeah, let's play this game. For those of you who are curious as to what I mean, in like games like Overwatch, I'm willing to give like the benefit of the doubt, because you know it's an online game. You can actually play and have people watch you play, and I mean other players. But other stuff like literally like, oh my god, like actual like games like Crash, literally where you have to play. Play by yourself. You really don't need to have those skins be paid paid for. You need to earn them so that way it seems fair. Like, man. Okay, I will admit. Oh, okay. I kind of wish they put Crunch, or at least really wish they kind of tried to make Crunch, or maybe allowed you to play Tiny Tiger. But anyway, this is very cool. I did not hear about this. I did not see this. This actually is surprising me. So, Dingodile? A lot of people like his boss fights, so that's pretty cool.
I'm incredibly excited to show you today.
Okay, what is it?
The Crash Bandicoot series has always been about finding new and exciting ways to play through the game. It's been about taking on time trials or discovering all the hidden secrets. Well, for Crash 4, we wanted to bring something brand new to the table. So we teamed up with our friends at Beanox to create a brand new style of play for Crash 4 that we call Inverted Mode. It's our souped-up, bump-a-berry-fueled take on a mirror mode. Not only are perspective shifted, but now each of the dimensions are rendered in a new and unique art style that really changes the look and feel of the experience. One dimension could be asking you to traverse through a neon wasteland, while another tasks players with spinning paint all over the environment to see their path forward.
I'd say that looked kind of cool.
One that feels like an old-timey movie with the overcranked camera speed increasing the actual speed of gameplay as well. Once unlocked, players can replay all the game's levels with a totally new and dynamic... That
one on the right looks a little bit more like hard on the eyes rather than actually interesting to look at. I kind of wish all the levels were kind of like that spin paint thing, because that actually seems like as if that could be fun for hours. But I'm okay with that, like as an added feature thing. Oh yeah, it's an added mode where it just changes the appearance of stuff. So that's pretty cool. And we got a release date. Okay, PS4. Okay, there's no PS5 port of that game for some reason, but okay. Okay, PS5 gameplay, VR, and that's it.
It's about time. Coming to PlayStation 4 on October 2nd.
Okay. Only PlayStation 4, or hopefully it's not just a, what do you call it? A singular thing, hopefully. Okay, I remember hearing about, like, Hitman from, like, some other source. What was it? I think it might have been from somewhere else. I think it might have been from PlayStation as well, but from, like, when they were announcing the PlayStation 5. Yeah, I remember. Yeah, PlayStation 5's whole thing came about, and they talked about something about Hitman. A VR game with Hitman? I'm pretty sure that would make some people a little uncomfortable. Like, can you imagine killing someone? No, you look at their eyes as they die. I would make a Joker, reference, and you know what? I could, but whatever. Wait, hold on. Maybe I could. Let me try that again. I'm trying to think of the quote. You know what? No, I can't make the quote because I don't know the quote. Okay. Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's not gonna look that smooth as you do it. It's gonna look a little janky. That's what it is. But Death Awaits. That's an ominous title, like line to go off of. But okay. So yeah, they said some PlayStation 5 games and VR games mainly here. So I guess that's why people were complaining. It's like, oh, there's nothing new announced or talked about, or you know. And I know it's kind of like, oh, it's a given anytime one of these things, a Direct, Xbox, or even Nintendo Direct comes out, everyone's going to complain, despite, you know, it being okay, mediocre, or just, you know, it could be bad, but still, you know, some people will complain way too much over it. So, and I know some of it's somewhat justified, but I get it. I understand the issue. But at the same time, it's like, maybe you shouldn't complain too hard. But anyway, is this another VR game, or is this something else? Because I wasn't paying attention to what that woman said between this. Although this does seem familiar to me. I mean, as in, like, I could have sworn this. Wait. Oh, wait. I know. Yeah, it is. It's Braid. Huh. I have not heard about you in a long-ass time, buddy. If this is a sequel to it, that'd be surprising. Is it? Braid? Oh, no. Oh, it's an anniversary edition. Okay. You know what? I was actually going to do, like, a possible talk about Braid. Because it's like... Okay, so...
Happy to announce Braid Anniversary Edition.
Better graphics to a degree.
It's the classic puzzle adventure where you manipulate time, hand repainted for modern high resolutions.
Hand repainted.
Make them more unique, and it's even more like a living painting with brushstrokes animating the world. There are more than 9 pixels for each pixel in the original game.
9 pixels.
There are new animations for smoother motion,
Improved sound and music to enhance the mood, and many hours of developer commentary and interviews on subjects like puzzle design, programming, and visual art.
We plan to make it the most detailed commentary in any game ever. So if you want
But do we need it?
Braid Anniversary Edition will be a really good resource.
We hope
What?
you'll enjoy the game when it comes out early next year.
Early next year, okay. Look, I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying, like, do we need it, though? But the rest of it, yeah, it's... This is actually pretty cool. Like, I didn't know about that, so that's pretty cool.
Is a mythic adventure set
PlayStation
on
5,
Mystical
okay.
Island. Let's take a quick tour in this new footage captured from PS4.
But yeah, I actually was gonna talk about Braid a little bit, like, and say, like, does anyone remember Braid? Does anyone talk about it anymore? No? It's kind of like one of those... It's a weird game that kind of had its 50 minutes of fame, and then just disappeared off the internet. Although to be fair, Braid wasn't like the first indie game to do that. It's like, oh yeah, this game had 15 minutes of fame. People talked about it, then everyone moved on. But you know, a lot of people at the time, like when indies really started to pop, kind of did that with a lot of indie games. It's like, oh yeah, YouTubers started talking about playing and or, you know, just reviewing this indie game, and then they moved on to another, and then another.
This design was critical.
And then and then sometimes, if you're lucky, the indie games really popped. Like, you know, Undertale, it's like, oh my god, that one really popped. Or Five Nights at Freddy, that one really popped too. But, you know, it's a question of whether or not, like, you know, the game does extremely well, or maybe the developers wanted to continue stuff, or, you know, the game is just good enough / catches enough people's attention that everyone just starts playing it, you know. So it's a bit weird, but, you know, interesting.
You can gain altitude while you...
And I know, people are wondering, well, why aren't you looking at this game? It looks cool stylistically, but, you know, at this point, I kind of just judge a game based on how it plays, and this seems odd, in which it just seems like a runner, where you...
To keep it clean and in good flying condition.
You literally try and shoot targets. Is that just the gameplay test, or is there more to this game? I'm not sure. I mean, I know they might have been saying it, so, you know, I might listen again.
If you know where to look.
Okay, so is this just a platformer sort of thing, or what is this? Sorry, I wasn't paying attention, so. And I'm sorry, but I wanted to get my thoughts off on Braid, you know, at least for now, because it's a surprise to me to see it get an anniversary edition. Not that it doesn't earn it, it's just more of a surprise.
You'll also discover larger puzzles to solve in ancient structures.
Okay, so this is sort of like a puzzle platformer sort of thing. Okay. Like, I've seen a lot of games that try this, and a lot of different other ones that sort of just have a stylistic, style to them. And I think this looks good, at least in terms of its graphics, so it looks pretty enough.
Pathless is all about finding your own way forward. So unlike most open-world games, there's no map. Instead, the hunter can use her mask to peer into the spirit world and discover distant landmarks.
Oh
It shows you
no.
where you've been.
Oh
The
no.
higher vantage points will let you see further with spirit vision.
No map? I'm not saying that's a bad idea. I'm just saying
Spirits.
I would prefer having a map.
Pose a constant threat to you on your quest.
I'm not sure how anyone's going to
Will
feel
try
about that.
separate you from the eagle.
And some people will say, well, Shadow Colossus didn't have that. Well, actually, I'm not sure. Did Shadow Colossus have that? No, I don't think they did. But still. Okay, so it's a puzzle platformer where you also fight creatures? But yeah, stuff like this kind of gets me a little... I'm a little jaded too, because it's like, oh, looks pretty cool. But I'm not sure about them in general. Like, maybe if it does come out, I might play it, and it might be fun. If not, I might not be interested afterwards. I don't know.
You won't be able to take on the cursed spirits until you've returned light to the obelisks.
Okay. So red spirits you can't beat or fight. But yeah, I'm getting this weird Shadow of the Colossus vibe from it for some reason. I guess that's just me.
When the
Whew.
obelisks are restored, the cursed spirits will be vulnerable. Chase
Okay.
them down through the forest to corner them in a dramatic final battle.
Okay, that's what it is. Okay, why are you shooting at it then? Okay, there we go. I was like wondering, can you actually shoot that thing or not? See, look, like this type of stuff usually does interest me, and to a degree, it kind of looks cool. So I'm not saying it doesn't look cool. It's just more of, it looks really good for what it's worth. So maybe it's worth buying. Although I've seen a lot of games that are just like this in general. You know, trying to be flashy, trying to do something different, or being really artsy-fartsy. But it's very, very, like, good looking, I will admit that. So for now, it doesn't look too bad. It does look interesting, at least as a boss fight. No, not as a game goes.
The hunter and eagle will have to defeat the cursed spirits to bring light back to the world.
I'm not gonna deny it doesn't look like a pretty
I hope you
game.
enjoyed this
At least it isn't trying to do, like, super realistic
Only
graphics.
scratch the surface.
Is literally, at this point, with all the realistic graphics that we've, cultivated and made, I don't think we can go any further other than just literally having, actual actors play, the part of video game characters where you literally control them. That'd be interesting to see, but, I don't think they'll do that. So, you know what? I will say, it doesn't look interesting to me, but, I will applaud it for at least looking a little bit different. Not too, realistic graphics, at least. Okay, PlayStation 4.
Next up, let's see what's in store for Spelunky 2.
I think I heard about this being announced before,
Creator of Spelunky.
or it should have been. Oi.
For Spelunky 2, I wanted to make sure we made something that got old fans excited and also brought in new players.
Making it easier?
It was important we didn't change the things that made Spelunky such a unique experience in the first place.
Oh!
So
Nope.
many people became fans of the game through their friends and family, and even strangers on the internet. That's one reason why we're adding online multiplayer, so that more people can play the game together.
Okay, jeez.
And I also wanted to include that feeling of community into Spelunky 2 itself to make sure that the game felt welcoming even though it's difficult. In Spelunky 2, when you do runs and discover new characters, you'll also be building an in-game community and family.
Like,
I
seriously.
designed the world of Spelunky 2 to feel much more rich and dynamic than Spelunky 1. It's going to feel a lot more full. Players will be able to explore and interact with it in lots of new ways.
Like I will say, like the first game, I'm not against or anything.
And find hidden passageways.
It's just that, you know, it really kind of dropped the ball in when I think it was supposed to be like a first, like a, what do you call it? A single player game, but with like a co-op sort of thing. But yeah, people, like, you know, people, you know, with the online internet nowadays, they definitely, what do you call it, sort of drops the ball there where it's like, it could use an actual, like, online multiplayer. So, you know, something like this where new graphics, new controls and stuff, this seems like a good thing here.
We've expanded the shopping experience and made them more nuanced and exciting. And also added new characters that can help you or hinder you.
So it's cool to see that they're adding stuff here. So that's good. So I'm not saying like I don't like. I'm not saying it's not cool to see like this game. Oh Jesus! It's not cool to see a sequel to this game. I played a little bit of it and it seemed kind of fine. So I'm just saying.
Two types of favorite stories from Spelunky fans. First are when people are genuinely surprised by something that happened in the game. And second, the ones where people shared a fun experience with friends and family in multiplayer.
Okay.
These are the stories I wanted to expand upon in Spelunky 2. They're really guided by design choices. After releasing Spelunky, I knew there was a lot more that could be done with the concept and the world. Knowing that possibility was out there is what's been exciting for me and the rest of the team. In a lot of ways, when Spelunky 2 comes out, I want players to experience what we experienced making it. That feeling that there's something special there waiting for you to discover.
Like, I didn't know about this game, but I think some people said that it already... What do you call it? It's already been announced, so I don't know.
Thanks.
Jesus! Oh, okay, now that's just unfair. Stop! She's already dead! Seriously, she's already dead. Jesus. So, okay, Spelunking 2. That's pretty cool. Not sure if it was announced or not, so keep that in mind.
Got a bunch of new PS4 updates to share with you, starting with a closer look at Genshin Impact.
Okay, an update on a game that has been released or is talked about? I've never seen this game though. I don't pay attention that much to what was announced for PlayStation. I just hear about some of the bigger stuff. So they said update, so I'm assuming this was already announced. And it looks like Breath of the Wild. It's no offense. But you know what? It does. You know what? I'm gonna be fair and just say I'm gonna apologize for that. It looks like an anime game. Okay, no. But really, it does give me like Breath of the Wild feelings. But I guess it's just an open world game in general, or is it a multiplayer game? I don't know. It does look interesting, at least art style wise.
I deal in death. If you cannot bring yourself to kill, speak my name.
But it does seem like an... Is it an online multiplayer game, or what is it?
Think you can get away?
Oh, that's a boy? Okay, to be fair, a lot of anime games make certain characters look like girls or boys, so I can't blame them. This autumn, okay. No more words on it. I guess they're not doing a in and out sort of transition for everything. So this might be something different. Looks like a beat 'em up game or a fighter game. I will say the art style looks pretty good, though it reminds me of something. I'm not sure what it is, but it looks very good. So is this just a brawler or a fighter or a beat 'em up game? It looks like it's like a one-on-one fighter. Although I'm not sure whether or not that's true or not. Okay, I'm a bit confused as to who is who there. Like, who's the bad guy there? I guess everyone? And you have to deal with 3? Like, seriously, I've seen 3 bad guy reviews. I don't know who the main, like, hero is supposed to be. Oh, okay, you're... Okay, oh. Wait, you look like... Wait, is one of the bad guys you, or are you... It did not look clear enough. But, okay, that looks fun, I guess. Like, I was confused. Is it a brawler or a 2D fighter? What is it? I don't know. Okay, what's this? The animation on her looks weird. At least back then. Okay, now it looks a little bit better. It looks so... Like, see, it looks weird here, doesn't it? I guess it just doesn't look smooth enough. I don't know. Or maybe it's just she looks different in terms of art style? Like, is it just me, or does she look 2D compared to everything else? I don't know. It just looks weird, her art style, or the way she's animated. And it doesn't really fit the environment she's in. But, again, like, there's a lot of games that are either, like, trying to be futuristic stylized, or, fantasy-based. And, well, some of them try for realistic graphics. And that can get kind of boring. At least some try for different art styles that at least expand on it, so I'll give it some credit there. So this doesn't look too bad. And Mutant, I have no idea.
It's time to talk bug snacks. Let's
Okay.
check out some gameplay footage captured from PS5.
You sure about that?
Invitation is open. Come join me on the island of Bugs.
Wait, what?
Wow, that's your new lead? Another monster hunt? Elizabeth Megafig is a two-bit con artist. Don't tell me you actually believe this half-baked nonsense. I swear, if you chase this bug snack story, you're out of a job.
You're the journalist. Lisbeth said you'd be coming. There's a bug snack right over there. Do me a favor and take my snack trap.
Stranger, I could use your help. This bunker goes wild for ketchup.
Okay, a snack game?
Over yonder.
I want you to use that journalistic instinct to find out what my...
Ugh, that carrot does not look right.
Don't feed it to me, Oz.
I'm not against, like, art styles that are different.
I have a few prototype traps that I could put
But still, it just looks a little weird.
You're pretty good at stuff, and nobody hates you yet. You can catch bug snacks and bring everybody back to Snacksburg.
Snacksburg. This reminds me of Viva Pinata, actually, oddly enough.
Find these bug snacks and make it back alive. You just might keep your job. Now get going and try not to fall off a cliff.
Okay, that's creepy. Pizza bat thing. Now that's just creepy. Oh. Okay, bug snacks. Literally just snack bugs. Okay.
There's a lot more in store. Let's start
I don't know, it doesn't feel like a
eagerly awaited PlayStation VR game.
PlayStation 4, like a PlayStation 5 next gen game. It just looks fun like a game. Like something I'd play on a different console system. Like something I'd play maybe a little bit on something else. Maybe on like the Switch or something. But it does remind me of Viva Pinata, so it's not too bad. Also, yeah, I've heard about this game. I've seen this game before. Having it come to PlayStation VR is okay. I don't have a VR system, so I'm not gonna like say, "Oh yeah, that's so good." No, it just exists, so it's not bad. Overall, though, lightsabers, they're cool. Like overall, it's cool to see this. So, Vader Immortal. So, yeah, it just looks good. Having it come to PlayStation is a cool thing too. So, 505 games? Horror game? Is this a horror game? Or is it a VR game? I don't know. I'm kind of a bit out of it, so, you know, I'm not sure if I'm reacting appropriately here. I'm sorry. Wait. Oh, wait, I think I do remember this. This is Quantum 2, isn't it? Or, what was that game called? Quantum something or something else? What was it? Oh, Control, right, Control. Oh, expansion. It's an expansion, okay. I was a bit confused. Dragoness. Like I said before, like certain games that are just realistic games really don't interest me unless the gameplay looks really fun. And Control doesn't look too bad, it just doesn't interest me in general. Also, games like this kind of don't interest me, where it's just chess or something similar to that. I mean, I might play them by myself on my off time, but, you know, I might or might not have fun. Now, some people will say, well, why would you play a game that's not fun during or after playing it? I don't know. Maybe it's like that League of Legends like scenario where you just play it because it feels like you just feel like playing it, I guess. He's like, I know I've heard people say like, oh yeah, a lot of people play League of Legends, but they don't have fun during or after it. Okay, auto chest. Okay. Whew. Okay, what's this? Oh wait, I think I heard about this before. Yeah, it's the one where stick figures go through boards and stuff happens. So basically that anyone remember Cubix or Cube World? If you've been if you've watched one particular person, you do know. But yeah, Cube World. It's basically Cube World, but you know, playable with a lot of other stuff. Like, this doesn't look bad. It looks pretty fun for what it's worth. So, you know, that's pretty cool. I don't know, I think it's pretty fun for what it's worth. So, something like this, yeah, that's pretty cool. Like, maybe I might play, like, by myself, but for something else, maybe, I don't know. Or I'm, maybe, like, when it's really, really cheap. But that's about it. Yeah, the pedestrian. I remember hearing about this way before. I think it was on something else, actually. Like, something else was announced. So it's announced for the PS4.
Now let's take a look at 2 new games headed to PS5.
Okay, 2 new games, so... Okay, so nothing on the PS5 itself. Sumo, Focus... I think I know one of those companies. Maybe. Unless they're new, then never mind. See, look, it's another medieval, like, setting, realistic setting game, and if you showed this to me, I would have confused it for Honor, honestly. So, it doesn't look too interesting at first. Don't get me wrong, like, I might play it if, like, the reviews say, oh yeah, it's very good, honestly, it really is. So, you know, it's kind of like, maybe I might play it, maybe I might not. It just doesn't really look interesting at first to me. It's kind of hard to do that nowadays, at least with like these types of realistic graphics sort of games, so you know, it's hard to do that. But I guess that's just me, I guess. I'm more to blame for that type of issue. Oh, so it's a PS5 game? Why is it that you can't see the wounds on some of the characters? Get it? And I mean, they tout of being so, like, you know, what do you call it? Great. You'd think they'd be a little bit more different. Or you'd think they'd add a little bit more, I guess. Whatever. I really don't care for graphics, so I'm just making fun of. I'm just saying. But is this gameplay? I don't know. It doesn't feel like it. Oh, is it a Robin Hood video game? Like, is it based on the legend of Robin Hood? Seems like it. Like, I have no idea whether or not, like, what do you call it? they've actually announced how much the PS5 is going to be. It's going to be. I think they might have already released, like, they've already released when it's coming. Oh. Okay, so that's what this is. Real quick to state, I remember specifically hearing about this. I remember people saying, like, oh, Temtem is basically a ripoff. It's basically PlayStation's answer to Pokemon, but more being a ripoff. And I don't know. I will say that Punch was well more animated than what Game Freak has been doing, so no offense, Game Freak. Well, somewhat. Oh, okay, look, I'm not gonna fully talk about it because, you know, I don't want to like drag on about it. And that was unintentional. I did not mean to make a dragon pun there. But yeah, that.
Wrap up. Let's take a tour of Godfall. We've got new PS5 gameplay for this melee-focused action epic launching this holiday.
Okay, that's what this game is. See, look, this is another one. If you showed me this and Hood, I would have gotten either one confused. Especially since the characters were in a hood. But Godfall, I remember like someone particular I know of, and I won't like divulge who they are because, you know, their opinion's theirs, and I'm not like disagreeing with it. I'm just saying, like, they stated like, oh yeah, Godfall looks like any other literal realistic thing that could be thrown in with anyone else, any other game that sort of looks like it, and you wouldn't know the difference. So I don't blame them for thinking that, because it kind of does to a degree.
And harness the power of Sony's next generation console. Please enjoy.
So, yeah.
Let's jump right into what Godfall is.
This doesn't look bad,
Is a looter slasher
but I will
that features intense action,
admit it doesn't look too interesting.
movement combat, and robust loot progression
Oh no. Did God of War inspire this?
pace, playing alone, or through online
Real quick to
co-op
explain,
up to 2 additional
most hack and slash games have at least a 3D camera that you can, you know, freely control
universe.
around your character.
Heroic knights, arcane magic,
But here it seems like it's going to be an over-the-shoulder sort of thing.
split up into the elemental
And I know, like, some people say, you know, Dark Souls did this, where it follows your character around. And even then, it's not too restrictive, where it's really close to the character, at least to a degree.
in the game.
But God of War started to do that really, really much, even though it started off with, you know, a different camera, you know, system. So, if God of War inspired it to do this,
As you adventure,
that might be,
to challenge and
Look, the issue with a camera like this, where it's over the shoulder that's really close, is that you really can't see what's behind you. Even if you have warning systems, it's hard to really react to what's behind you.
legendary armor sets,
So it's like, see, look, like, but anyway, so it's kind of hard to, you know, focus on combat and then focus on what's behind you, so that way you're not taking damage in combat.
characteristics and long history.
So, I'm not saying, like, it was inspired by God of War, or that God of War invented this type of camera-like style, so I can't blame them. But still, if it's a hack and slash or a combat game like this, I would have preferred if they literally just had the camera to where it follows your player, but, you know, it allows you to control it more freely, and maybe zoomed out a little bit.
One part player skill driven. In other words, not only do we want you to find exquisite weapons with powerful loot traits,
And it's not like if you can't control it, it's just more of camera's way too close to you for it to be too reliable.
available to you in Godfall. From a combat philosophy perspective, the melee combat in Godfall
But anyway.
is intended to be fluid, dynamic, and interactive, embracing offense over defense.
Yeah, like I said before, I know of someone who's not interested in this game, so, you know, this whole thing may not make them feel any more interested. To me, it looks fine. But, you know, it's nothing like, what do you call it, that excites me too much.
Rewards you for being aggressive.
But it doesn't look too bad, so at least there's that, I guess.
Combat philosophy. Let's dig into
Oh, right, this video is a 40-minute, like, video.
Godfall. There are
I guess they
5
spend a lot of time talking about this.
the longsword, the dual blades,
Okay, so, should I talk about something else, I guess?
the polearm,
What is it? Oh yeah, I could talk about Temtem instead of Godfall. Okay, so yeah, I heard about the whole Pokemon comparisons, and I was thinking like, is it really like close? Is it like, are we getting back to when games really were inspired by Pokemon and decided to have kids who were really young travel the world and or stop evil organizations with creatures by collecting a lot of stuff, or at least featuring a lot of stuff, and then just having the kids somewhat collect some stuff here and there, but mainly showing off everything else. No offense to Digimon, Yu-Gi-Oh, or any other ones that did this. In fact, some of them aren't really copycats. They're just going off of a sort of trend of, yeah, let's make something that kids can collect and buy. I'm not blaming them for that. I'm just saying that there are at least one or two that kind of just ripped off Pokemon. Are we getting to that point again where like people are starting to think, oh, let's try and make our own Pokemon and see how well that works? Because like Temtem, I will admit, looks the most like a Pokemon game, especially some of the more 3D games. But it doesn't look bad, I guess. It's just like very heavy-handed as to what it's inspired by. Whether or not it's going to be good, I don't know. Time will tell. The actual like battle animations for the game, I will admit, for Temtem, look at least for certain ones, look a little bit better than the ones from Sword and Shield. I'm sorry that I'm not sorry for that comment, but I have to say it. So for now, I'm just gonna keep my mind open on whether or not Temtem will. And okay, I'll admit that name kind of sounds dumb. I'm not sure what it references or what it's supposed to mean. I'm not even sure if it's supposed to, if it does mean anything. If it's just, like Pokemon, where it's just referencing the thing, or whether or not it's a name for something else. But that doesn't sound like an actual name, or at least one that I can take seriously. So, yeah. So yeah, Temtem. I'll keep an open mind on Temtem, and whether or not it's any good, I'll possibly talk about it more after it comes out. I might, skip this whole discussion. Not this whole discussion. This. I might skip this. Mainly because this doesn't seem too interesting, at least to me. So, if you don't see the rest of this, that's because I cut it. Because, I might not react to it. I'm just watching. Because I have nothing else to say. Because, yeah, this looks interesting, but not too interesting to me.
You can double tap the shield button to petrify enemies. And of course, you can perform an R3 ground finisher on enemies that were knocked down to the ground.
Huh. I don't know that. Reinhardt? Oh no, it's Ornstein. Or was it Smaug? Oh wait, no. Wait. Okay, I always get them confused. Is Smaug the one with the hammer? It looks like, I think if it is Smaug, then okay, never mind. I'm not a big Dark Souls fan. I haven't played the games in a long time. I've only played one, and that was 3. I just know about Ornstein and Smaug from everyone who talks about Dark Souls.
We hope you enjoyed our first walkthrough video of Godfall running on the PlayStation 5. We also want to thank all the fans for their endless support since our initial reveal back in December. We have a few more surprises coming down the road.
Oh yeah, right. This was announced during the Game Awards. But I didn't see much about it. I just know like a friend who didn't really care for it because it looked generic. Generic, what do you call it, realistic, well, fantasy, realism, dark, gritty sort of thing. It looks more colorful, but still. I will admit, it doesn't look too interesting, at least in that remark. But yeah, I'm talking again because I think that's the end of this whole... Yeah, there we go. Okay. Yeah, see ya. Hold on. As soon as it ends, I'll just end the recording and then do a, quick summary of stuff. Okay, that's the end of that video. I didn't expect it to be that long, but, okay. And, okay, I will admit, I didn't know about a lot of those games, but I had heard that some of them were already announced. And I already saw gameplay of some, but that doesn't mean any of it wasn't good, I guess. At least for, like, me, like, some of the games I saw that were, like, actually caught my interest, like Crash 4. I'm glad to hear there's no microtransactions. And other games like the whole, Vader VR, lightsabers are cool, and that game looks cool. It's just, I might play it on PC rather than PlayStation 4. But at least it's on, like, the PlayStation VR, at least, right? And some other stuff here and there that I mentioned that looked kind of cool. Or at least surprised me. There was at least one surprise, I think? Okay, now I'm drawing a blank as to what exactly surprised me. But there was a surprise here and there. There was. It's just, I'm drawing a blank here. Oh my god, I'm drawing a blank. But yeah, some of them looked okay, some of them looked fine. Overall, it looked alright, I guess. Like, I'm not gonna say it's like it was an amazing PlayStation like announcement thing, but I got what I paid for, which was basically like I set my expectations low, and I will admit it surprised me a little bit with the whole. Yeah, it actually did show me some interesting stuff here and there. But it didn't really give me any more information other than just a few more games coming to PlayStation 5, and that's it. And some new games announced, so, I can at least say announced, like, a few new games, so there you go. So, yeah, PlayStation 5. I'm not sure I'll get it, like, honestly. Unless it, like, if it has backwards compatibility from the PlayStation 5 to 4, from 4 to 5, and maybe some other games, like, they did with the Xbox nowadays, like, oh yeah, we're setting up a system where you can just play old PlayStation 2 games, PlayStation 3 games, all the PlayStation games on the PlayStation 5, since it's such a powerful system. If they don't do that, I'm going to be very mad about that. Or if they don't at least do PlayStation 4. That's all I'm asking for. It's a dream that it'd be like all the PlayStations, but if it's just at least the PlayStation 4, I'd be happy with backwards compatibility for just that. If not, I'm going to be a little bit upset. Because, like, they literally done this 2 consoles in a row with PlayStation 3 and 4. PlayStation 3 and 4. It didn't work when Microsoft did it because people didn't buy the Xbox One or didn't like it. It certainly didn't work with the PlayStation 3 because nobody liked it. And it really didn't do too well. And it certainly didn't go too well the first, like, at least the first few months with the PlayStation 4. At least I think so. But anyway, enough, like, yelling about that. They didn't discuss anything about the PlayStation 5 yet. At least anything in great detail. So I can't really, like, be mad at the state of play for that. Overall, it just looked alright as a state of play thing. Nothing too flashy, nothing too great, just okay. A little bit better than Microsoft's thing, maybe. Microsoft or Xbox's game showcase. And definitely a little bit better than, the Nintendo Mini Direct. Although that was a Mini Direct, so I really can't judge too harshly. But still, it was okay. So, yeah, that's it for this state of play for me. If you guys enjoyed this video, please leave a like, comment, subscribe for more. Check out the description for a couple of other things that I listed down there. My Twitter, my Facebook, not my Facebook, my, what was it? Oh yeah, Patreon, and a couple of other links that I have down there. And, yeah, I guess that'll be it for this video, guys. If there's any other things I should react to, I guess I'll try and look to see if I can do that. But anyway, guys, I'll see y'all next time for the next video. Until then, sayonara, my bots. Take care. Man, I'm accumulating a lot of spit.